my mother was a housewife. When I was in class 8, my father promised me that he would take me to the school I received an admissions letter from if I did well. And this compelled me to work hard. I worked hard in my KCPE and I scored 386 marks out of the possible 500. And this performance guaranteed me admission into a good school, a great school, a school I dearly wanted to attend. On one hand, we were celebrating this excellent performance, but on the other, I was wondering how my parents would be able to raise the required amount for me to go to school because meal was still a problem and they were struggling with my younger brother's school fees. After weeks and hundreds of applications, and when none of them came through, my father decided to go to his school to plead for additional reporting time. And the school granted him 2 weeks. Now, in these 2 weeks, when my friends and neighbors had already reported to school, my family and I knocked on doors. We knocked on doors of strangers. We knocked on doors of friends, family, churches, you name it. We knocked on doors until we finally received an amount while negotiating with the school. I remember this certain Monday morning when my parents were taking me to school. We woke up very early, packed my shopping in the blue metallic box, and boarded a matatu to school. In the matatu, the laughter was evident. I joked of how I would be eating delivery almost every day. And when we got to the school's gates, my hope was revived because I am the first person in my family to go to high school. We then got into the school, and my father proceeded into the administration's block, when my mother and I waited outside. But then what I saw next, after 2 days, my story was shared on TV stations, on radio stations. But nonetheless, I was still at home. And it was frustrating because I questioned the need to do well. I questioned the hard work I put because I was the very first person in my community, yet I was still at home, and every other person was in school. And I requested my parents to take me to the day school nearby because I could not take staying home any longer. And they did. And after 2 weeks of attending this day school, on one evening when I was coming from home, I saw this stranger seated on our couch. And we conversed with this stranger. And he asked me what I promised if he took it upon himself to educate me and even change schools for me. He uttered some words that have stuck with me to date. He said that everything he touches must shine, and so I will shine. This stranger is Mr. Monyoro, HSC, the founder of the Foundation. I ended up going to Rural Girls Secondary School with the help of the late Honorable Paul Koinange and under the mentorship of Affector Foundation, mentorship and scholarship. I became an Affector star, a child of the community. And in school, I kept my focus as I promised him. I became the head girl in Form 3 and Form 4, and I scored a B+ in my KCSE. Throughout my 4 years in high school, Affector would convene all its watoto wasobe beneficiaries, and professionals and leaders will come to inspire us. We were raised knowing that we have so much to offer to the world, that our destinies are not determined by where we came from. I remember being taken to Masai Mara for motivational trips, and the 1 week we spent at State House, Fiores Village. I remember having conversations with my fellow Affector stars, and some of those stories made me whisper to God and tell him that, Lord, you have blessed me. Because some were so sad, I wondered how such a young person would go through so much. Affector became a home. I gained a family that I never knew I needed. And even before I joined the university, I requested Mr. Munyoro immediately after completing my high school education for an opportunity to volunteer at a vector office, and he granted me that opportunity. This was my way of showing my gratitude to him and to the community. And since 2021, I have been volunteering at a vector office in the mentorship department and as the finance officer. I used to go to school at Kenyatta University to pursue a bachelor's in economics and statistics. I can see our children smiling. And go to work at a Vector Foundation. And under the mentorship of Mr. Munyoro, his guidance and fatherly advice, I have been able to go to 6 countries for international conferences, to be a keynote speaker as well, and be awarded. In 2021, I went to the Tanzania International Model United Nations to advocate for Sustainable Development Goal number 4, Quality Education. In 2022, I attended the Global Youth Parliament Summit in Bangkok, Thailand, where I was awarded the Emerging Leader Award, and I was a keynote speaker as well. In 2023, I went to Dubai. I was awarded the Emerging Leader Award and the Global Leader Award, where I was a keynote speaker under youth leadership to tackle violent extremism. In the same year, I went to Istanbul, Turkey for a UN simulation, where the main focus was Sustainable Development Goal number 5, gender equality. I have represented a vector at the East Africa Philanthropy Network, Rwanda Forum, that is in 2023, and earlier this year, 2025. And last year, I was awarded the Best Female Delegate in Accra, Ghana, during the Africa Youth Leadership and Entrepreneurship Conference. I am a child and a product of mentorship. I know what it means for someone to hold the hands of younger people. I founded an organization last year known as Bold Girl Unite that empowers young women and by extension men through platforms of knowledge, education, mentorship, and climate action. So far, we have reached over 10,000 students across the country where we go mentor them, academic excellence, life skills, mentoring, with the aim of making young people bold enough to believe and chase their dreams. How I pray that each and every one of us in this room will take it upon themselves to lift someone else, because we rise by lifting others. Earlier this year, even before I completed my education, I got an internship at a top IT firm in Kenya. And this week, after turning 23, I turned 23 days ago. I got confirmed as a full employee at Smart Africa, and I got selected to be a board member at the Women in Nature Network, which is a global forum that connects women who are in the conservation space. The 100 Bob challenge that Mr. Munyoro does